things that are either coming down the pipe or a couple things you need to be aware of, and also really give kudos to Dr. William for being here. Here's an amazing seminar so far, so let's already give him a thank you. So a couple things I want to talk about. We had our board meeting, which our board meeting is the third Tuesday of every month. It is at Shriners Hospital. We do it in the boardroom. Everyone is invited to it. If you are interested what happens in our state, what's going on politically, as well as at the legislative and on Capitol Hill, and also just really good ways to know what's happening so you take care of yourself and take care of your practice in a really successful way, you are all invited to it. And it's entertaining. So 7:30 on the third Tuesday of each month. This year we also reworked our districts. Instead of doing district luncheons, what we are doing is having our district leaders work with our districts directly to get more information to you on a regular basis, but also do more of a quarterly meetup and training, or just a way to get together and have some camaraderie. So if you don't know your district leader, what you need to do ideally is go to the website. I don't think we're quite there yet with that website. We'll work on that for the website and get that up in the next month. But what I say as well is even give Tim or give myself a call, and we will get you who your district leader is. If you do not know the UCPA phone number, it is 801-281-4100. If you ever want to call my office, you can. And my number is 801-281-1688. Know that you have support in this state, and know that we are taking our association to a better place. We sat down in January and put together some goals. And one of the goals that we have is to increase membership, because we know that we're only as strong as we are united. That is one of our foundation and our tenets, is to be united as a profession in this state, because there are things that we're working on to improve, but we can only do it with numbers and with support from you guys. And so know that we're trying to add more value every single year to your membership, but also know that if there's issues that you have, we are only able to work on what we're aware of. So please let your district leaders know who will bring it to your board meeting. One of our other main goals in our association, which started this year and is going to carry through for the next few years, is to increase public awareness of chiropractic. Our goal is to actually increase how many people in Utah are seeing a chiropractor on a regular basis. And so you will start seeing more and more advertising and media going out to the general population so they know the values of chiropractic. And so please help us with that as well. If you have something that's exciting that's happening in your office, that's a great way to let us know so that we can even broadcast it for you as well. At our board meeting on Tuesday night, we had a discussion about ethics, and that comes up on a somewhat regular basis. So I wanted you to know what passed our board meeting, which means it has now been changed in the Code of Ethics, which now means that you are all responsible to know it and to follow it. And this will go out in writing as well. It concerns prepays. Personally, I love prepays, so I want you to know we're not anti-prepay whatsoever. But there are some major concerns when it comes to prepays, only when it comes to the refund process. We have had docs get in serious trouble because they are refusing to refund money to the patients that the patients are properly owed because they did not either continue care or they were unhappy with their care. So my advice to you as a professional is, if a patient requests a refund, I would work with them in a timely manner to give them a refund, because often when they don't get the refund is when they file the doppel complaint. It's not before that. So if you work with them, you will already start negating some of these issues. But what the board has approved is that if you have a prepay that is over $1,000, that additional money needs to be set in a separate account. That separate account is for prepays only, and you will pull the money from that account as the services are rendered. That way, if a patient ever asks for a refund, you have access to that separate account to issue the refund. You need to have in writing a policy to your patients of how you handle prepays and how you issue refunds on prepays. We have acknowledged and agreed upon a 30-day return at the very longest, but if it takes you more than 30 days to return a patient refund or issue a refund, then that is an unethical behavior or an unethical practice. The other part with that is to really understand that with these patients, that it's for care that they're receiving. And so it's not something that you can really explode your fees at the beginning so they can get nothing at the end. Please be reasonable. I think prepays are a great way for patients to invest in their care, to make a commitment to their care, but make sure that it's also understandable for the patient and how a refund is issued and fair to your office and that policy so it happens without you having to go through this system every time. Questions on that? Tim, did that make enough sense? Yeah. Okay, because you are all responsible for it. Yes?
Let me just understand. So let's say their care plan is 1,200.
Okay.
So the entire 1,200 or just 200 is a prepay?
Anything over 1,000.
It's anything over 1,000. You can hold the 1,000 towards payments or towards care that they're going to be receiving. It's the additional above 1,000. That way, and that was a compromise we made as a board, and Tim went back to Doppel, and they were okay with the language in that 1,000, is because our understanding, the way that we word it as well, is in that first month of care, they're normally receiving quite a bit of care, and rather getting paid in arrears for that, we'd rather have you have some money working coming in. The worst thing you can do is take those prepays and dump it right into your same working account and burn out your working account and not be able to offer a refund. That's a concern, and that doesn't always mean everyone does that, but we have had enough offices that get in trouble, legitimately in trouble, because they're not issuing refunds. So please understand that patients are due a refund if they decide not to continue care with you. The other thing I want to talk about is just some calendaring real quick. So we have our spring seminar in April. Jeff Metler is going to be talking about that just in 2 seconds. That is happening April 26th and 27th. It's in those dates. We are now going to be in Provo, at the Marriott in Provo. So look for a change in location so it's a little bit more accessible for more doctors. And then looking further ahead in October, we have our fall convention, which will be up in Ogden again, and that is October 25th, 26th. Now you can understand the brain part. So that is happening in October, but we've already started talking and negotiating with Dr. William to come back in September and offer this again. So if you know someone who hasn't been or isn't here that you think would be valuable, or if you think it would be valuable to follow up, please look for information from us.